Lieutenant General Richard Newton. He is also NewsNation's senior national security contributor. General, good morning to you. Let me play a bit of sound, just for starters here, because Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. is doing the world a favor with these airstrikes and did not rule out this becoming a much longer conflict. Take a listen.
We are not going to have these people controlling which ships can go through and which ones cannot. And so your question is, how long will this go on? It will go on until they no longer have the capability to do that.
Yeah, so General, what would that mean to cut off the Houthis' capabilities, particularly when you have Iran funding them?
Well, good morning, Markie. First, just to put into context, 12 to 15% of global shipping goes through the Red Sea. And they've been attacking, Houthis have been attacking commercial shipping as well as U.S. and vessels, as well as our coalition vessels, since November of 2023. So the fact that the United States now finally is going to conduct some what Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said, unrelenting attacks against Houthis, this is what you're going to see play out, if not for the next several days, for the next several weeks. It also sends a message to the Houthis indeed, but it also to Iran, who backs these as a proxy. The Houthis have maintained Iran's position in the Red Sea area for months, if not in the last several years. And so that's what you're seeing playing out here. It's just as much against the Houthis as against Iran, and a broader effort by the United States to really demonstrate trying to maintain peace, protect U.S. national security interests through demonstrated strength here of these air-based and sea-based attacks against the Houthis.
Yeah, and some remarkable video that we're getting into our newsroom as well. I also wanted to get your reaction, General, to retired General Wesley Clark, who told NewsNation last night that this mission is a major shift from what we saw in the Biden administration. Take a listen.
The efforts of the Biden administration were sort of tit for tat. It's, you're going to strike a ship, okay, we'll run to the White House, the White House will decide, okay, you can strike 2 targets.
Yeah, General, just your reaction to his words there. And did the Biden administration let the Houthi threat fester, you think?
Well, my former boss, General Clark, I think is spot on. We've been dealing with the Houthis for a couple years now. And what you're seeing is a dramatic shift by President Trump and his administration in addressing the Houthis as a threat, as I mentioned, to global commerce, but also to U.S. national security interests to maintain freedom of the seas. But also the Houthis have attacked Israel just to the north there with their drones and their ballistic missiles as well. So it's a multifaceted threat. And I think what General Clark's referring to, and I would certainly agree to him, now you're seeing a major shift that the United States is not going to put up with any more of these attacks. Also, what's different between the Biden administration and the Trump administration is right when President Trump, took office in January, he designated the Houthis as a terrorist organization as well. But all roads lead back to Iran. I think that's what we're looking at here as well. Not only from an immediate situation of trying to free up global shipping and freedom of the seas, but also looking towards Iran, as Tom reported, is looking to build a nuclear weapon, and that needs to go on. That needs to be addressed also. Really the key point here is if Iran got a hold of a nuclear weapon, the whole picture, the whole U.S. national security perspective of the Mideast changes dramatically. And I don't think President Trump's going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, something that we're keeping our eye on closely. And General, I'd like to have you back this week, especially after that phone call between President Trump and Vladimir Putin tomorrow. So would love to have you back, sir. As always, thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.